You either grumble through it or you make the most of it. Sometimes you do both at the same time. Today we are starting our day off with a liver ultrasound.
Our day off?
Starting our day off?
Oh, I thought you were saying like we had the day off.
Oh, no.
Good morning, guys.
Peter's like, wow, I didn't know about this.
Yeah. Well, we're going to the hospital.
I have liver ultrasound and then liver doctor meeting. So, see you at the hospital. Okay, I just realized something. I was laying in bed last night, like half asleep, thinking, why does my mouth hurt? I thought maybe I was getting like an ulcer from eating oranges or something. But then just now, I realized my wisdom tooth came in. Like, what? I have two wisdom teeth, one here and one here. That's just what I was born with, or what I grew, I guess. And we were going to have these removed when I was, do you remember if it was high school or college?
I think it was still high school.
End of high school, I think. And we went to an oral surgeon and he wanted to talk with my cystic fibrosis team back in the day because my blood counts were making him a little nervous, and ultimately they decided it's not worth it to take them out because they weren't bothering me, and because of the complications that could have happened, it wasn't worth taking them out. Well, all these years, you know, it's been
half a mile. Take exit 15A for Elvis Street.
15 or 18 years since that. Or yeah, maybe like, I don't know, however long it's been, 15-ish years. I can feel it back there. That is so, I mean, that's weird. Is that weird?
I mean, I think
take exit 15A and keep left to continue on Trent Drive.
Later in life.
I'm curious. I wonder if my top one is in, because I can feel a tooth all the way back there. But that must have come in a long time ago. This is hilarious. I mean, I haven't broken a tooth. Isn't that what it's called? Like when your tooth comes through your gums? Like for so long. I don't even remember the last time I was like, oh, I have a tooth coming in.
You were like
I'm 30
eight years old.
I was like 8. I'm like 31 years old, people. Why am I growing a tooth? That is so weird. That is so funny. Okay, anyway, I gotta stop feeling my tooth because once I get out of this car, I can't be sticking my fingers in my mouth.
Don't mind her, she's just teething.
Yeah.
Okay, we're here. Made it through the screening. Now we're just waiting for radiology.
We found an easier place to get in because usually you have to wait in a pretty long line to get in and be screened. We found the walk right in.
Well,
like,
no line. They still do the screening.
Oh yeah.
So now we just wait.
We usually come out to the hallway because at previous hospitals CF patients weren't allowed to wait in the waiting rooms. So we got used to just walking out and finding a place with no people, like a hallway or somewhere with no people. So we're just out in this giant hallway by ourselves.
I just realized it looks like we're outside. But
yeah, we're just standing outside. We're not shivering at all.
Tell us about those boots.
I just looked down and realized these boots have walked so many miles of hospital hallways. I remember I wore these when my sister had her lung transplant. I walked those halls and went to see her, and of course also the hallways of me being in the hospital. These were usually my hospital go-to because they come off easily and they go on easily. I used to work out in these in the hospital, all the things.
They're kind of like slippers too, you know?
Yeah.
Those things have held up though.
Yeah.
Barry just took a picture of the two of us standing here waiting, and it made me realize how many of those pictures we've taken, you know, in waiting at a hospital hallway. And like we used to have a lot of these days, and it's crazy to have a lot less of these days now. We call them hospital date days. Yeah. Because we just have to stop our normal whatever
Yeah.
life would be that day and go embrace a day at the hospital.
Yeah. You either grumble through it or you make the most of it. Sometimes you do both at the same time.
True.
Okay, I just finished that ultrasound. Do I have ultrasound hair?
A little bit.
Makes sense. So the radiologist, or wait, ultrasound tech did the ultrasound, and then there was a student who also took over and did the ultrasound for a while to practice. And I really wanted to show her my splenic infarctions, but they weren't apparently doing an ultrasound on my spleen.
Just the liver.
Just the liver and other like gallbladder, kidney, that sort of thing. So anyway, that's done. We need to get parking stickers and then go to my liver doctor appointment. Okay, finished at the liver doctor. Heading to go buy parking stickers.
Okay.
Let's go home.
We made it. We came. We conquered. Let's go home and eat. I'm kind of excited to go home because we have some tortillas in the fridge. Okay.
Breathing. It's welcome.
Welcome.
Okay, nothing crazy to report, although we have not heard the final report on the ultrasound, but I don't expect anything to be crazy, and that is something to be thankful for.
Yes.
I was like laying there watching them do the ultrasound, and I was thinking, wow, I'm mighty relaxed. This is for me and my disease process. Like, yes, my liver and some of my guts are like messed up, but ultrasounds are not anxiety producing for me. But other medical tests are anxiety producing. So I was just laying there thinking, wow, this is relaxing. And then I saw him kind of like take an extra look at one part of my liver. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh no, what's he looking for? Oh no, is it different? I was like, it's fine. So yeah, I'll probably see it pop up on my online chart and it'll probably say unchanged. But yeah, liver doctor said,
well, she came in and said, we've come a long way since we met 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, May will be 2 years. She is both liver transplant. She was my liver transplant doctor that I met during that first week, liver and lung transplant evaluation week. And she is now both my future liver transplant doctor and just my normal doctor, like normal liver doctor. So that's really, really nice that she can wear both of those hats, because I'm still like followed by the transplant teams, both liver and lung, but at a very like distance, just kind of like a once a year check-in. And they said that it can be common to come in for an evaluation and then they will just follow you for years and years until it's time. So anyway, yeah, she said, yeah, like Peter said, just like how different life is. Never knew we were gonna be in a pandemic when we first met. And also that I was able to start Trikafta and that my body has handled it, and just really, you know, thankful in shock and thankful. So that is pretty much how that goes. So last time we met with her, which was actually a video call.
Oh, really?
I know we had one video call with her.
Yeah, that was probably the last time.
And she pulled my Ursidile dose down a little because apparently I was on a high dose, and I've been on that dose for probably 10 or 15 years. And so she was like, it would be, I mean, it's not unsafe, but just like, let's...
Whoa.
She recalculated the dose versus my weight and all that and put me on, instead of 4 pills a day, I do 3 pills a day. And my body seems to be handling that well. We will recheck lab work in a couple weeks when I have CF clinic and CF labs and all the labs together. So that is what we will do. And now we will go home, wash our hands, eat our Portillos and snuggle our animals, although Peter will still be working and all of that.
I thought you said we had a day off.
Alright guys, as always, thanks for coming to the hospital with us, and we'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Good night.